Hey guys, Rafferty Pendra here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how do you overcome failure. Check it out. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up for me and feel free to subscribe to my channel for future content like this. The first kind of thing about failure is it happens. You go out there, you try something new, you're gonna have some failures, and that's okay. I think we need to be really good about setting the ego aside and recognizing the fact that we're not gonna be perfect at every single thing we do. Even if we've done it 10,000 times, we may mess up on it, and that's okay. I think that first point then is really acknowledging the failure, just saying, okay, good, I didn't do good at this. And also the fact that you didn't do good at it, the fact that you didn't get the outcome that you wanted, doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It just means that sitting there and saying, okay, cool, I screwed up on that. The other part that's interesting about that is it has an effect for you to acknowledge it. Also, if other people are involved, like let's say it's a customer and you screwed up on something, telling them, yes, I screwed up on that, makes them feel so much more comfortable because you're acknowledging the truth. They're not sitting there going, well, this guy's pretending like they're doing everything perfect or just giving us justifications for it or reasons why. They're going to be a lot more forgiving when you just say, yep, I screwed up on that. Here's what I'm doing about it. And then you can move on. The second point is don't forget to analyze what went wrong. So what led to that? Sometimes it's the situation itself. Sometimes it was something earlier. We were looking in an area of our organization recently and saw that, we were having some trouble with a certain type of project. And when we really dove into it, we looked earlier in the whole process. We thought it was the project itself, like this one or two projects, but it wasn't. There was actually an earlier process where there was a misunderstanding from a sales perspective. So we start getting that cleared up, and then all of a sudden the projects start going smoother overall. Correctly identifying what went wrong, dig in and look enough that you can actually get to the root cause and the bottom of all of it. And yeah, sure, you're not going to be able to solve all of it tomorrow, but being consistent on getting better and better and better at solving those problems will then lead to better outcomes, less failures, and more successes. Into the next point, which is learning from the failure. So what did we learn from it? What can we do better from it? Even in situations where I recognize, wow, yeah, this thing was on this person. They didn't do something they were supposed to do. What did I learn from it? Was there something that I saw as an indicator prior to that made me go, this person may not be a right fit? Whatever it was, let's look at how we can learn from it. Any one of these situations, what did we learn? Because if we do that, we will get better and better and better. And doing that on a consistent basis leads to just a completely different outcome or situation for you in your life professionally, personally. This could be if you just have a job in a company, if you run a company, whatever it is, look and see. If it's in your relationship, look and see, learn from the failure. How can I actually avoid this thing from ever happening again? Let's see what we can do about it. One of the other good reminders is just don't give up. You can sit there and say, well, I failed, I lost, I screwed up, I did this, I did that. And then you just go, well, I give up. The thing to remember is everybody makes mistakes. Like, we're on Earth, man. And you can reaffirm for yourself now, newly, you know what? I did look. I did see why that happened. I am taking responsibility for it. I am learning from it. Great. Now, reaffirm what is the outcome that you want to happen? What is the situation, the result that you want from this? And when you get to put your attention, your energy, and your focus then on being that causative side of it, rather than, well, this outcome was horrible and it sucks and all of the rest of this, when you're sitting there focused on driving forward from a causative perspective, based on the fact that you actually acknowledged your failure, based on the fact that you actually looked at what happened, based on the fact that you learned from it, great, then you can have a totally different outcome the next time. And just approach it newly. Approach it like you've never done it before. Don't drag all the other garbage into it, but do bring the lessons learned with you. It can have a very different result. A couple examples I put together of people who were super successful, but had some pretty big losses or failures or, situations like that. I'll give you a couple examples. Walt Disney is a great example, actually. He was fired at his job working at a newspaper for lacking imagination. And then he goes and creates Disney. It's just incredible to see how somebody like that can run into trouble, or consider or think, well, that was a failure, and then actually be super successful as a result. J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter series. She was literally a single mom on welfare when she wrote Harry Potter. And then think about this, she was rejected by 12 different publishers before she got picked up, and then obviously has become the explosively well-known, world-changing author that she is. and has had a huge impact on the lives, the childhood for an entire generation, and in some cases multiple, because of her persistence, because of her continuing, because of her not giving up, because of her learning from things that didn't go right and actually persisting on that. Just keep in mind, just because you have some setbacks, just because you have some issues, keep going, keep persisting, don't give up. You'll see, it's going to turn out great in the end. Feel free to let me know if you guys have any other questions, need help with anything. Let me know in the comments below. Look forward to seeing you in the next one.